so to begin, we're going to go ahead and cover three pieces of paper, cardstock, whatever you choose. I'm just using white, and we're going to cover that with the black gesso. Now, today's tutorial is basically going to focus on using the black gesso and how to design or to create cards with this or tags. So I hope that you guys find this informational, and I hope you all try it out. Okay, so for our first card, we're going to grab one of our pieces that we gessoed with the black gesso, and we're going to go ahead and dry emboss this. Now, I picked an embossing folder that had flowers on it and some little swirls, and it wasn't dried all the way. The cardstock wasn't dried all the way. So, but just make sure if this happens to you, to wash your dry emboss folder right away. Okay, so here is what that looks like, and I went ahead and just grabbed my heat gun and dried that real quick. Next, I took my Nouveau embellishment mousse and I just rubbed that all over. Now, I know it's a little dark and I'm using dark purple, so you can't see it very much right now, but once I get everything on, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So here I'm using the dark purple, and then I come in with some light purple. So for this piece, okay, I went ahead and used three different colors for the embellishment mousse. The one was lilac lavender, one was royal aubergine, and the other one was English heather. And I thought that these all three went well together. And here I'm just placing a little bit of the dark purple on top of the light purples. And I love that shine. I love how that looks. Now I'm just going to place my cards together. So I'm just actually placing some cardstock down. This is a silver cardstock, and then I'm going to place my image up on top. And you can use waxes, you can use watercolors, you can use whatever you would like on top of your gessoed piece, whatever your heart desires. Okay, so for this piece, this is one of the flowers that you can get in the shop, and I believe I will have the link down below for you. I went ahead and used some of the embellishment mousse on top of this flower, and I also painted it, and it turned out so pretty. So I went ahead and used this on top of the card as an embellishment. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm using that 3D gel that is in the mixed media kit to adhere this down. And yes, you can use your 3D gel as a kind of paste, okay? So next, I went ahead and found this little frame that I had in my stash, and I went ahead and used the word from the Scrapbook Kit along with the butterfly and the little lilacs that are right here that I'm trimming down, and I'm going to place those on top of there as well. And I'm just using the 3D gel as a adhesive, so I'm going to tuck that right underneath that frame, and I'm just placing some more gel on top of there, and just to get it really nice and I don't know, just really coated in the back so it sticks down. So then next I'm going to go ahead and just place some underneath one of those little flowers, and yep, and then on the butterfly. Now I did cut these out, Fetsy cut out the butterflies from the Scrapbook Kit. Next, I decided to go ahead and add some of those art stones. Now, I know I've been using these a lot, but I absolutely love them. They are so addicting to use, you guys. It's so neat. And I really, really like them. So Yes, these art stones are really cool and they come in the mixed media kit. So if you want some of these and you like that 3D gel, and this is a really nice kit to have because you get everything all in one. The black gesso, the white gesso, the 3D gel, you get the textured paste, and yeah, you get a lot of other things in this kit, especially the words. They're really fun to use those sentiments. And you'll see here in a bit on the next card what I'm talking about. So here, again, I'm just sporadically using these art stones just to kind of give my little image, around my image, a little embellishment here. So, and I just kind of spread them out a little bit, however I feel. And that is my title for today's video, is to create with heart, and you just put your heart in it, and you just create whatever you would like. And and I just think that that is so fun, especially when it comes to mixed media. You can just sit down and create whatever you would like. So without, because I don't believe in a wrong or right way. So I just think it's just so much fun. So here again, I'm just adding my art stones to my card. I don't know about you, but I really like how this background turned out using the stencil on the black gesso and then using the embellishment mousse on top of here. Again, you can use waxes as well. Okay, so for the next card, this is our second card, and what I'm doing is I'm actually grabbing some of the past items that we used last year. And this one is the Cosmic Shimmer, and this one is a shaker, and this one is deep purple, and I'm mixing it with my um, modeling paste. And we're going to go ahead and mix that up really well. And I'm going to use this stencil from Tim Holtz. And I've never, I think I've used this stencil maybe once. And I thought, you know what, this might be a little fun. So I went ahead and used it, and I kind of like how this turned out. I wasn't really sure what to expect, especially like I said, I think the one time that I used it, I actually used it for the splatters, not the circles. So I was kind of curious on how this was going to turn out, and so I really liked it. Now, this is the cardstock that we did, and I'm just kind of rounding that off a little bit because some seeped underneath the circle. And but um, this is the cardstock that we did the lines through using one of the silicone ends. Now, it's the end that has like more of the bristly type silicone on it, and I really like how this turned out. And it turned out really cool. So I really, really like it. Using the silicone ends on the brushes that you get in your kit are really fun to use because you can make a lot of different patterns and create some really cool textures on your cardstock or your canvases. And so I really think that these brushes that we get in the kit are really useful and something that you might want to have in your stash. And so here is the finished looking cardstock that we did with black gesso with the lines through it, and then we went ahead and placed the circles on top. Now, my vision was to have some flowers like on top of the circles, but and I used the modeling paste, but this did not work out like I thought. So you will see here in a minute. I am definitely putting in one of my mistakes in here because I want you to be able to see that sometimes it doesn't always work out like you think it's going to work out. And, I did like the flowers that were kind of like, in the center there. They kind of looked really good. But then I felt like there was this like little white blob. Now I could have just left it and used the white flowers. but that turned out good. But then I thought, you know what? No. So I went ahead and just smushed that all around, and I did kind of like how the the modeling paste kind of gave that a lighter look background, and I thought that looked really cool. So next I decided to go ahead and grab one of my background stamps, and this has, you can see me putting some pink paint on top of it. It's just little circles, and I don't know where I got this from. It was a long time ago, and so I went ahead and used this to create a really cool background. So I'm just going to keep adding paint, and you can brush it on if you want. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't bother me to use my fingers for things. I am always getting dirty and ink all over me, so it's not a big deal for me. But I know some people don't like getting their fingers dirty, so you can either, wear a rubber glove, or maybe place it on with a little sponge or something like that. And I just went sporadically around the card. So here I went ahead and grabbed some of the scrapbook paper from the scrapbook kit that is for January, and this paper is so pretty. I absolutely love the color of this paper, just the deep purples and everything, I just have to say. So I will have the link down below for you in the description in case you want to take a look at it. So I went ahead and just tore one of the flowers out from the pattern paper, and then I went ahead and used one of the cut apart pieces. I really liked the cut apart cards. They're so pretty. And so I just stuck that right under there. Now I know it covers up a little bit of the mixed media that we did, but I couldn't help it. I had to use this. And it's still some like peeking through. You can still see it. So I really and actually you could just sit the card on top of the background that we created, and look at how pretty that looks. Well, I know I'm inking the paper, but I'm sitting here looking at it now, and I'm like, oh, that would have been a good card too. So but yeah, you can do either one. I think they both look great. So next I'm just gluing everything down, and then I went ahead and fussy cut out one of the butterflies from the scrapbook kit, and I went ahead and placed a little foam tape on the back of that, and then I cut out all of my cardstock. Now I did back the topper part of the card on top of one of the pattern papers from the scrapbook kit, and then I used purple cardstock for my base. Okay, so here on this piece, now if you notice the black cardstock, I didn't go from top to bottom and side to side on this one. I just kind of brushed it on and left some white spots on the background. I really thought that this was really cool. So what I decided to do is grab a Valentine's Day stamp that I had in my stash, and I am placing some gesso on it. Now, it kind of has a heart in the middle of it, and it is really super cool stamp, but it just didn't turn out like I wanted it to. And it has a key in there, but you can't really see it. And it has the word love, which you can see. So I left it like that. And again, if you have a stamp that you really like, you want to make sure that you clean it right away. And I have a bowl of water. I'm going to sit that in just a second. The next thing I want to tell you is that if you want to use stamps, you're not too scared to kind of get dirty. Okay, so here I found some little heart stamps that I just love, and so I went ahead and placed some gesso on them, and again sporadically stamped them around the black areas. And I just thought this card turns out so pretty, you guys. I was really I I just was really, I don't want to say shocked, but I was kind of like, oh, this is turning out better than what I thought it was going to turn out. So I was really happy with this card as well. And so I hope you guys are enjoying the tutorial and some of the techniques that I'm sharing with you. And I think that these turned out so cool. So I hope that you get to use some of these techniques. So here again, I'm just stamping sporadically with these hearts around my card. And here is what the card looks like once I got done stamping everything on there. Now, what I did here is I used, it's a Brilliance, it's by Dewdrop, and it's a fast drying pigment ink, and I used Pearlescent Orchid. And I went ahead and just sponged that down on my little mat, and then I added water to it. And then I got a small brush and just painted and basically traced over the letters that were love and all of the little hearts that I placed down with the gesso. And I know it's really hard to see them, but it is turning pink. So I also used some of the Pink Parfait acrylic paint to also paint some of this. Okay, so next I went ahead and grabbed my gel, 3D gel, and I'm sticking down my flowers. And um, so here I'm just going to stick these down. I'm placing the gel on top of there so that way they get nice and coated. And I'm going to stick those down. And then I came in with some of the art stones again. Now, I went ahead and found this really pretty brooch that I had in my stash, and it has like little diamonds in it, and so of course they're faux diamonds, but I went ahead and stuck that on there, and I just placed it right underneath the flowers. I thought that that looked so pretty. Now my card is upside down, so I wanted it right, in like up on top of there, and so I knew that that's where I wanted it. And then I went ahead and started sticking my art stones down. Now here's where I came in with the pink paint. So I went ahead and added some of that pink paint to the art stones. And I did try to like add like I stuck art stones in a different little area on a little plate, and then I kind of was adding my paint to it, and I didn't really like how those turned out because they seemed kind of blobby. So so I went ahead and decided to add the art stones down first and then kind of come in with the paint and go over the art stones, and that worked out so much better. So just a tip for you, that's how I did it. So I really like the way that it turned out with the art stones and then adding the paint on top of them once you have them set. And now we're done, y'all. Okay, you guys, so we finished these beautiful cards, and I absolutely love how these mixed media cards turned out. I hope you guys do too. So for this one here, we went ahead and we stamped, I'm going to bring out the main image. We went ahead and we actually used the back of our brush, and it was this brush right here. So it's this one, and we used this piece right here to make our squiggly lines. And then I went ahead and used a stencil to create these little circles, and then we used a stamp to go ahead and we added paint on top of the stamp and stamped on top of the black gesso on the card. We have these squiggly lines and everything. Now I did a mistake and it didn't turn out right, and so I went ahead and erased, kind of like just wiped it, right? And it created like a muted look on top of the card, and that was fine with me. But so what I came in with is I just came in with some Lindy's Gang glitzy spritzy and sprayed it on top of the card, and I really like that sheen that it added. I also added some of the Nouveau, and I don't remember what color I added, but I just added the embellishment mousse on top of that, and I really like how that turned out. I could definitely save this for another card. And then I went ahead and added one of the little cut apart cards, a butterfly, make room for your art, and that is from this right here, which is the sentiments that you get in the mixed media kit. You get, it says 12 sheets, but oh my gosh, you get so many words in here and phrases that it's, I mean, it would take you a long time to use all these. So it's really a good thing to have in your stash. So I love that. And then I cut out a butterfly, added a bow, and oh my gosh, it turned out so pretty. I absolutely love how this little card turned out. For our first card, we went ahead and used a embossing folder, and I gessoed the cardstock first, and then went ahead and used an embossing folder to create the beautiful background. Then came in with my embellishment mousse and just kind of sporadically placed it all over the raised image. And then I came in and went ahead and painted this chipboard piece that is in the shop, and I will try to find this piece and I'll list it down below. It is absolutely beautiful. Now when you get it, it looks like this. Okay, it looks like that. It's so pretty. And so yeah, so went ahead and added some embellishment mousse up here, painted the stem green, placed it on top of there, and then went ahead and used some of the little perforated images from the scrapbook kit on top here, and then used my little frame that I had in my stash and used that for my focal point, and then went ahead and cut out some butterflies and stuck them on there, as well as the little beads, the little art stones that we've got in the mixed media kit. And I think it turned out so pretty. It says, create what sets your heart on fire. I think that is so pretty. Absolutely love the shine of this. And then for my cardstock, I did use the back. There's there's actually, yeah, there's, I guess, 2 layers behind the top piece, which is a foil cardstock piece, and a this is a the pattern paper that's cut down and stuck behind there, and then a black cardstock for my card. Then for this one was really fun, you guys. I had so much fun making this one. This one really was fun. And this one we went ahead and we used some stamps to create our images. Now I went ahead and stamped my large love stamp set here. Now it has a heart on it. It's actually supposed to look, let's see if I have, I don't know if I have the little piece on it anymore. I guess I don't have it. So, but it's actually supposed to be kind of like a large heart with some little dots around it, and but it didn't turn out quite as what I wanted. So I went ahead and stuck my flowers in the middle, which worked out perfectly. Added some pink to the images of the hearts and then the love, and I think it turned out awesome. And then again, we added those art stones. Now I placed my art stones down first and then went over them with the paint. To me, that was easier. And I think that you get more of the art stone look on there versus trying to mix them with paint. They kind of turn really globby, and I don't like that look. So I went ahead and placed them down first and then came back in with my paint and then painted on top of them. Added my flowers, and then I found this piece that I had in my stash, and I went ahead and stuck that there. I thought that was really pretty. And then I added the little hearts. Now, when I gessoed this cardstock, I didn't go all from top to bottom. I just kind of did the middle and left the sides and the top and bottom kind of white. So that way I had some contrast to it, and I really think it worked out great. And then I went ahead and I did um, go ahead with some ink, and I think I used between spun sugar and I used this pearlescent orchid, and I thought that was really pretty, and I kind of like just went around the white parts on there, and I just thought that was so pretty. I do have a key that I gessoed and I stuck underneath the flower here. I thought that was really neat, and yeah, so anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, and I hope that you guys give this a try. If you get a chance, head on over to the mixed media Trace Jolie area in the shop and take a look at the mixed media kits. You will love them, and I had a blast playing with them all. So anyway, thanks again for joining me, you guys. I have all the links down below for you. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.